Good morning, everyone. My name is Tanya Eldert, and I am a broker associate with Realty Partners. And I've been doing marketing for my entire career in one aspect or another. In 2003, I started my own marketing agency. Some of my top clients were real estate agents, and I still have the marketing company. Plus, in addition to that, I run the real estate help team, the Helping with Real Estate Hub, and I am launching out an agent real estate training program. So I'm really focused on trying to help agents build their business. Today I'm going to talk to you about marketing, and you're going to hear about a lot of my peeves with the industry. Not everybody is going to agree with everything I say, and that's okay. We are all open for different opinions. Most of what I'm going to be talking about are for new agents. If you've been in the industry for 10, 15 years, you're probably living on referrals and your reputation. And so some of this is really not going to apply for you. There are some cases that hopefully you'll pick up some good ideas in here. But I'm mainly targeting agents who are within their first 2 years of getting started in real estate. And they may have been, taught differently by their brokers. And it's not that their brokers are trying to not help them. They do want them to succeed. However, sometimes their marketing is better suited for agents who have been around for a while, not the new agent who's just coming on board, and taught to brand themselves. And it's not that I have anything against branding yourself. I think you do need a brand. However, instead of just that brand being your picture and your name, the brand should be more targeted to your unique selling point, your USP. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through this presentation. But that's kind of the avenue that I'm coming into. Yes, you should have a brand. No, you should not always just do everything underneath your broker's logo. You do need to create yourself as a professional. However, in today's busy, noisy marketplace, there are some better ways to reach customers that you want to sell to and that will be attracted to you in a way that they'll want to use your services. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Real estate marketing. If you think about it, there are a gazillion real estate companies out there, and there are just as many marketing companies trying to target those real estate agents. One of the main reasons is because of the dollar value. I did marketing for travel for a long time, cruises. And, the commissions that you made did not leave for a big marketing budget. So a lot of travel agents don't spend a lot of time marketing themselves because they really don't have the budget for it or hiring a company to do it. If you look at some of the commissions that real estate agents can command, then you're looking at a great budget that marketing agencies are going to want to target. But you, as the real estate agent, really need to focus on a few things and forget all the noise. One, where is your marketing focused? Now, if you don't have any marketing yet, you're just building it, then you can ignore that question. But right now, what you're doing, where are you focusing your marketing? Or do you not have a focus? Look at what people in your area, the leads that you're trying to attract, what are they buying? Now, this was a big thing when I got into real estate because I saw so many agents trying to sell themselves. Let me assure you, the buyers are not buying you. They are not. They are buying houses. You just happen to come along with the deal as an educated professional to help them through that process. They aren't buying you, they're buying a house. So when you're out there marketing you and they want to buy houses, they're missing the message. unless your message is specifically targeted to them and what they are trying to buy and why. We're going to go over that a little bit more. So in other words, are you marketing what they are buying? Because if not, you're just wasting your dollars and your time. And the last thing we're going to go over is what is your unique selling point, your USP. This is really important because there are so many thousands of agents out there, thousands and thousands. And the ones that are successful are very clear what is unique about them, what they have to offer to their clients, the buyers, the leads, and they're very good at that. Okay, yes, there will be a certain amount of leads and buyers you can pick up by just sitting in an open house and having somebody sign in. There's no unique selling point in that. You just happen to pick up somebody who was buying a house. Again, what are they buying? They're buying a house. Where should you be? In a house. That kind of logic. So we're going to talk agent-centric right now. Agent-centric is pretty much what they teach you when you go into your brokerage. When you first go sign up and they say, oh, well, you need a business card with your face on it. And you need to have a little bio. And don't get me wrong, you need a business card, probably with your face on it, because those business cards, when you hand them to another professional, they do trigger some kind of memory when you can see face to face versus just words. So I'm not saying you should not have that and a bio, so people have the general information for you. But understand, this is not your marketing. This is not targeted marketing. I have met so many agents who get hung up in their first month. They should be sitting open houses, knocking on doors, meeting people, going to networking events, and instead they literally focus, what should my business card look like? How do I get a website? They're focused on the wrong things, okay? I also think you need a website, but again, that's not where you're going to find your leads. That's not where you're going to convert sales. That's not where you're going to put money in your pocket, okay? The messaging that they're putting out there that the brokers or general brokers are teaching is not targeted for either the agent or the market. So let's look at a different way to look at it. Let's look at customer-centric marketing. This takes away the me, the agent, in this part of the marketing focus and puts it on the customer. It puts it on your clients. It puts it on your leads, the people you are trying to target, whether it be buyers or sellers. I know I'm focusing a lot on buyers in here, but if you find most new agents will target buyers initially. There's nothing wrong with that, one way or the other. Again, who you best connect with. But anyway, the customer-centric turns it around and puts you in the place of the customer and thinks, what are they looking for? What's important to them? What are their needs? How can I meet those needs? And how can I best target my marketing to show I can meet those needs? Then I'm going to connect with this customer, because I'm telling you, there is too much noise in this marketplace, and they're going to overlook 90% of everything that comes at them. You just have to. You have to filter. And so you have to get through those customers' filters to stand out. And by showing that you understand what their needs are, that you connect with them, and we're going to show that more, how to connect using your unique selling point, then that shows that you can catch their attention, all right? So that's what we're looking at. So let's just talk a couple examples about branding yourself and what those brokers are telling you to do. Now, there's a couple circumstances that this might actually work. If you are an agent with over 5 years experience, if you have a great following, if you are on a successful team and you want to market that team and not yourself, but that's a whole different conversation. You know, if you're that type of agent and you have that reputation, then yes, brand yourself, brand your experience. But again, we're talking about newer agents here. If you're a local celebrity, if you are the local newscaster who has gone real estate agent, or the hockey pro who turned out to now you're selling $1 million houses and people know your name, go for it. You got it. You got it. Or if you are just one of those people in the community that everybody knows you. Maybe you've run for office, maybe you've been on the school board, maybe you're just known in that community as a leader or a person who's contributed. Go ahead, brand yourself. Great. You've kind of set up the reputation to be able to do that. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of maybe what not to do. I don't know these agents, so I certainly can't tell you if they're doing what's right. And the next thing I just want to point out, in these examples, it is not the medium, it is the message. I am not saying there's anything wrong with doing billboards, doing benches, anything like that. It's the message, not the medium. So let's go to sample one here. All right, these are some of my favorites. The one on the right actually made a list of the worst ads out there. And again, we're talking about targeting and are you connecting and showing your unique selling proposition. Well, on the left, it's kind of generic. And some of the criticism about her billboard was that it was hard to be able to get the contact information. But part of it was, I'm not sure what a real estate hero is and why I should really work with her. The one on the right obviously is trying to target a very special kind of market. And maybe it worked for him, but it did make a list of what not to do in real estate marketing. But it was fun. The other two are kind of fun. These are street and bench signs. And the first guy, I've got to love this. This was actually an ad about an artist who would take people's bench signs, replace it with his own photo. So he tried to dress like them, including some women. I just didn't put that in there. And then he stuck his picture on their bench sign. My point with this is it's just a generic bench. There's nothing, whether it's his face or not, there's nothing to call me to action there to make me want to say, oh, why does he stand out from everybody else except for maybe he's got money to waste on putting a bench ad. If you wanted to do a bench ad and you wanted to use what I'm talking about, targeted messaging, you need to get a bench outside of an apartment complex that has people paying prices that they could afford a home. So in our area, let's say the rent would be over $1,500. If you can pay $1,500 in rent, you could probably afford a mortgage in our area. So you put the bench ad outside of, at the parking bench bus stop for that community, and you say, take off your picture if you want, put it on, I don't care, but the message is going to be, I can help you stop renting and get into a house. That's it. It's not your name. It's not your phone number. Well, you got to put your phone number on there. But the idea is you're going to solve a problem for them. It is targeted. Dave over here on the right, I had to love his creativity. Again, it showed up on one of the worst, the list for some of the worst advertising. #1 sales rep in the region, according to my mother. Quote, only Dave's mother was surveyed. I want to know the broker who approved that, but it's kind of amusing. I'm not sure if it would convert to any leads. It might make somebody smile if they actually knew about advertising and kind of read that. But again, they're not really thinking about their customers, they're marketing themselves. And is that going to really appeal to most of the people who are buying? Let's move on. Print ads. I saw this one. It was in the worst list as well. I'm not sure why anybody would post a picture of themselves with those ears, especially with the puns going, but I guess it attracts somebody who might like puns, but again, it's agent-centric, not customer-centric. I had to show you. Okay, so let's move on to things that agent-centric content is very useful for. I am not telling you not to put your picture anywhere or your bio. Yes, you have to do that. You have to have a website that has maybe your picture on it, at least your phone number, your information, a little bio page, just to show you're legitimate. People look on the internet now. If you're one of those agents who doesn't have a website, one, you should be able to capture leads from it, but at least two, to show you're a legitimate agent, then people are going to just go right past because they're like, well, what kind of agent can't afford $20 a month for a website? So, just think about that. Your Facebook business page. Again, a lot of people are doing research and connecting on Facebook. Have a good Facebook page. In my opinion, you do not have to have a gazillion likes to have it up and operational. You should have some postings. I'll go onto Facebook business pages and see it's been 2 years since somebody posted to their Facebook business page. And honestly, the first thought that goes through my head is, are they still in business, or did they quit real estate and just leave the site? So no, it doesn't need content daily. We do a posting service for Facebook business pages that does do it 5 days a week. It does increase their presence on Facebook and get some new leads that way, but at least once a month, minimum. Your social media profiles, your LinkedIn, any kind of professional or community sites, your business cards. When you're having a business relationship, yes, you want to have that agent-centric content to be able to show you are a professional. But outside of that, unless somebody stumbles upon you or they're friends with you in LinkedIn, which is good and legitimate, you're not going to catch a lot of, say, buyers leads that way. So let's talk about customer-centric branding. So I mentioned USP was your unique selling proposition or unique selling point. I've heard it both ways. It's basically what makes you stand out from other agents and all the noise out there. It could be your skills. It could be your history, your experience, connections, networks, hobbies, personality. I'm going to show you a bunch of examples, but when I first came into real estate, the fact that I had run my own marketing agency for over 10 years was my unique selling point. It made me stand out from other agents because they knew, clients would know I had that marketing background. I'm also going to show you a couple other things that make me stand out. But think about this. It has to be about what makes you. It's unique. So one of the things is your past experience. For example, were you in the military? If so, use that. You learned a lot of things in the military. You learned lingo that people outside have no clue what it's about. If you were doing marketing and you want to target people in the military community, use the lingo. Show them you know what you're talking about. You've been in the military. You should stand out and say, I served in this for so many years. I was this rank. It is now my passion to help other people. I had to relocate my family so many times. I understand what you're going through. Let me help you. If that is your history and that is the group that you're targeting, use it. Because myself, who has never been in the military, though I've lived in just about half the military cities on the East Coast, I can tell you that people in the military like to work with people in the military. I lived in Annapolis. I lived in Norfolk. I know tons of my friends are military. They want to work with other people in the military. Think about that. Target that. Promote that wherever you can. Have a great call to action. Right here, they have a relocation form. Now, this was somebody's website, but you can see they also created a domain name, Colorado Military Home Buyer. Guess what they're targeting? It's easy, and they're going to pick up leads from that, not just from the SEO, but the fact that it's very targeted. If you don't have a military background and nothing in your history can help you with that, then I don't believe that. I think we all come with a lot of great history. Even if you're fresh out of college, guess what? Eventually, a lot of your people who were in college with you are going to want to buy houses. You know, target your alumni. So just work with what you have. Let's talk about this. It was an area expert. What I thought was interesting about this gentleman is he has over 3,000 likes on his Facebook page. He had regular content about events, things that were going on. He was working it. Now, he only has 8 reviews on there, but again, not a lot of people use Facebook for reviews. They tend to focus more on Zillow. But, you know, if he really helped a portion of those, he should probably get some of those reviews up. But again, he's promoting himself as the Palm Beach realtor. Okay, he's targeted an area, he's put his stake in the ground, he's going for it. So that's the way he's trying to appeal to buyers or sellers. This other site, it was a luxury site that really targeted for luxury owners. I don't remember. I think it was, the site was called My Executive Mansion and had that domain name. But if you're trying to target buyers of a special type of property, for example, luxury horse properties, we have an agent and realty partners who has horses, a horse farm. She is a great resource and targets buyers or sellers who have horses. And that's her niche. I mean, she's great. Beach houses, multifamily, boat lovers, farms, you know, look what's in your area. Is there a niche that you feel good in that you can target people who are buying or selling in that niche? If so, make that your unique selling point. Learn everything you can about beach houses. I mean, don't just market it, do it. If you want to do multifamily, be able to spit out cap rates in your sleep for the investors. But again, make that your unique selling point, and then you can target that message to people who are looking specifically for that. All right, so how do you get started? Oh, this didn't go, let's see. Oh, okay. Well, a couple of things. One, make a list. Just get out a piece of paper, write down your past jobs, your top skills, your hobbies, your communities that you love to work in. Maybe that becomes your unique selling point. You can tell them everything about a community where they might want to live to target those buyers and sellers. If you're going to do this, and I'll talk about it in a second, make sure it has a decent turnover in that community and that you know, it's going to be worth your while. They have enough houses with enough sales per month that you can actually carve a little niche out of that community. For example, I live in a community with 20 houses. 1 house a year goes for sale. I will never target my community because I couldn't make a living off of it. 2, identify what types of people or groups are going to like your skills and specialties. So you've got that whole list, and then maybe on the other column you put, okay, this would appeal to, if you had the military, people who are doing military relocation, or people that are retiring from the military who still have the VA loans available. You know, put down who you're going to try, what types of people are you going to be able to target. Then look at those groups. Is it a big group or a small group? Is there a lot of houses in that community? Is that a good target area? If you want to do beach homes, but it's 35 minutes to get anywhere close to a beach and there's only, you know, 50 houses on a little tiny beach strip, is it worth it? Probably not. Dogs. Okay, so for how many years? 18 years. I have been doing dog rescue. I love dogs. That's my thing. And I've moved with dogs, and I've rented with dogs, and I've tried to sell a house with dogs. So if I decide that my niche is going to be people who have pets or dogs and help them buy, sell, or rent because I have that experience and love for people who have dogs, do I want to narrow it to the Mastiff dog lovers group? Probably not. However, I can expand that and just say I want to expand on it, and it's going to be all types of dog-friendly people. So look at your niche. Can you expand it? Is it too big, too small? Then the next thing is to decide in what ways you can help those people. Again, help. You have to come from their point of view and figure out how you can help them. We're customer-centric. And then how you can connect with them. In what ways? And how are you going to tailor your message that truly shows you want to help them and connect with them? It's very important. Again, we need to clear out the clutter and the noise. No matter if social media or the internet have kind of wedged their way into sales, the fact is people still want to feel connected to you before they'll do business with you. And if they have something in common, like everybody loves dogs, and I connect with dog rescue groups because I've been doing dog rescue for 18 years, then you know what? That's some messaging that I can stand out and I can let them know I understand. So think about how you can brand yourself, appeal to this group, and be remembered by this group. And in a good way. You don't want to be remembered as the lady with the big ears on each side, okay? So think about that. Make some notes, get started, look at what other people are doing. If you decide to brand yourself on the military, go on the internet and see what other people are doing. What do you like? What do you don't like? I mean, the neat thing about real estate is it's generally kind of local. So that person in Colorado might be doing it one way, and you're going to do something different in Florida. But try to figure out, how you can target those groups. And that's really how you're going to get to the unique selling point for you. And unfortunately, it's very hard to hire a marketing agency to do this for you. It's more of a something you really need to work on yourself. I am trying to put together a worksheet that I could provide for anybody who's taken this class that will help you with some of those resources. So if you do want to connect with me, you can email me at Tanya@therehelpteam.com. There's our Facebook page. Please like our page, because you know what? We're going to be doing these trainings at least twice a month, and hopefully they'll help you grow your business. And then our website that we use for our transaction coordination service is RE Help Team. As I also mentioned, we'll be launching out a training platform, but I'll try to add to that later. So like and follow our Facebook page so you can get the details. So that's all I have right now. I really appreciate your time in coming to this, and I hope it was helpful to you. Please send me some feedback when you have a moment. Thanks and have a good day.